Hello, my beautiful watchers. How is everyone on this beautiful Sunday? I hope everyone had a great week and a wonderful weekend so far. Today, I have someone on. I know I posted it, Tracey Lynn Jones. I've known Tracey since last year. We were involved in a channel at one point with the NCI guys, and we established a great rapport and relationship and friendship. And so she started her own show on YouTube, Beyond the Veil, and she actually wrote a book, her first book. She'll be talking about it today. We're going to ask her some questions and get to know her a little bit more. But before we get started, I do have a little introduction just specially for her. So tonight, the moon hangs a little heavier, the air hums with a possibility, and the veil feels just thin enough for magic to slip through. The Coven of Curiosities gathers one more, hearts open, candles lit, and a curiosity burning bright. We are honored and welcome to welcome the extraordinary Tracey Lynn Jones, a powerful witch whose spirit is deeply rooted in ancestral magic, intuition, and the mysteries that whisper just beyond ordinary sight. Many know Tracey as a captivating creator of Beyond the Veil, where she guides seekers through paranormal encounters, spiritual awakenings, and unseen forces shaping our world. Her warmth, wisdom, and fearless exploration have made her a guiding light within the mystical community. Now Tracey brings her magic to the written word within her new book, Witchcraft by Blood and Tradition, A Beginner's Guide, a heartfelt offering for those stepping onto the path of witchcraft, honoring lineage, intuition, and the sacred traditions passed down through generations. So today, the Coven welcomes Tracey Lynn Jones with open arms, open hearts, and open minds. Together, we journey deeper into the unknown, exploring magic, heritage, and the mysteries that call us from the shadows. Welcome to the circle, Tracey. The veil is thin, the candles are lit, and the Coven is ready.
Wow, now that's an introduction. I think when I had you on, I said, "Hey, Cyndi, get on." Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you.
You're really so welcome. That. Yeah, you're welcome. I always like to try to be creative in some way, shape, or form, because I always like to, not that I'm saying you didn't make me feel special, because I definitely enjoy being on your show. I did. Your show's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. But yeah, I just like to give it a little, just a little introduction and stuff like that. Just kind of give it a little twist,
Oh, it's cool.
It's my
I like
own.
that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So Tracey, we've known each other now since last year. I want to say around, wasn't it October? Was it October of last year? I think
so. Yeah, I had you on as a guest, and then it kind of snowballed from that, and we both went to the depths of hell for a little bit, and now we're out.
Oh yeah, we're much happier now. We're much happier. We're doing very, very well. Your show is very successful. You're getting the subscribers, so people got to keep subscribing. She's got a great show. Do you want to talk a little bit? Let's go into that. So talk a little bit about yourself. What made you decide to start a show in the first place, and do what you do?
Well, without having the address of the show on the ticker, you can go into YouTube and in the search engine, type in Tracey Jones, TRACEY JONES -K like Karen 4 and the letter F like Frank. So Tracey Jones -4 K4F. And it'll take you right to mine if you want to subscribe. Please and pretty please. As far as why I wanted to start the show, I got sick and tired, obviously, of so many stereotypical nonsense shows out there. Everything's a demon, everything is evil. Where we're never good people, and I grew up with this, so I don't consider myself evil. I've never wished ill on anybody. I
Yeah.
don't this bad magic or anything like that. So I thought, let me do a show where I bring people out and they can see the other side of it. That they're normal. And not everybody who's a witch has to look like some kind of gothic person. You pass us on the street, you don't even know who we are. You know,
Yeah.
ones who go like with the choke collars and the white. And if that's your thing, more power to you. But after a while, just be yourself. You don't need
Yeah.
all the accoutrement and everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, and then what I also like about doing the show is at the end of the show, I do, after I thanked my guests, I do a little section I call Did You Know? And
Okay.
I give little stories from history, like, the original meaning of the pointed hat, the cauldron, and the cats. Like, where did that all come from? Just to
Right.
normalize it a little bit. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's,
Well, and that's the sad thing too, in that, I was reviewing your book and stuff, and there were certain things in there, and there's a part that I asked you if you would mind reading a passage of your book.
mhm.
And there's a part in there that I feel is very important because everybody does have this view of those who do study witchcraft. Oh, they're evil. They're
Yeah.
black magic and this and that. And oh, it's, no. And it's like, come on. No, we're not,
Yeah. And
you
you know what?
know.
There are some, but it's the same way with Christianity. You put the cross up and it's a wonderful thing. You invert it and you got a whole different critter there. So
Yeah.
there's good and bad in everything, but they,
Everything. Mhm.
through, Hollywood and everything, have just been programmed to think we're all evil and we're all crazy.
Yeah.
My husband had me
So,
tested. I am not crazy.
so how old were you when you realized that, at what age did you realize that you felt this overwhelming feeling of that you felt different and believed like things didn't make sense but made sense? You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to take it back a little farther than that. My
Okay.
um, great grandmother,
Yes.
my mother loved and adored her grandmother. And
Mhm.
she was referred to back then. She lived in the country. You didn't call somebody in the country a witch because that was looked down upon. You called them a cunning person, a healer, folk magic, something like that. So she would
Right.
visit her often and they would do their little casts and spells. And mom had absolutely no abilities whatsoever. And as it turns out, in my family, it's every third generation. That would be me. I have a second, no, I have a third cousin now who I believe she's on the same path. But
Okay.
the reason I mention this is my mother, like I said, she adored her grandmother. So when I was getting ready to be born and all, and I was born, and then like as soon as I was in the crib, I would start pointing at things. And then when I could just learn to talk, I would say people's names and point
Oh,
of relatives who clearly I didn't know. So
yeah.
I just grew up with it thinking it was normal. And I
Oh,
used to like to go in the backyard and play with all the pretty flowers and the herbs and the sticks and the stones and make little piles in the house. And God bless my mother, my late mother. She was a very patient woman. My favorite thing to do when I was a kid was to go out right before a thunderstorm and pretend like I was summoning the storm. I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And then it
I
started to
love it.
rain, and she would always have such a fit getting me inside because I loved it. I just thought this is the perfect thing in the world. So for me, it's always been there. When
Yeah.
I started to go to school, that's when she said, all the stuff you do at the house and what we talk about. Well, we're not going to talk about that at school because they're not going to understand. And that completely confused me because it's like, why doesn't everybody
Yeah.
see this stuff? And that's when she had to have the talk with me and say, no, it's a family thing. It's nothing wrong with
Right.
it. Don't be ashamed of it. But their parents don't know. So I don't want them to bully you or make fun of you. So when I was at
Right.
school, I didn't talk about it. Even though I would see things, stuff would happen. I kept my mouth shut, just giggled under my breath.
That's interesting. So when you were very, very little, you started seeing spirits.
Yes, I
Very
was
young
actually
age.
I was born with what's called the veil. It's part of the reason I have the name of the show that I
Yeah.
do. A
Okay.
veil, it's like a thin downy layer that comes to about here, like a veil would. And fortunately, it dissipates over time. But it's a sign of um, somebody with extra sight. That's you. You can phrase it however you want it, but apparently my great grandmother had it. I had it, so mom knew from the get go. As soon as she held me and she looked down, she saw it, and I remember she told me her GYN said, "Hope that's going to go away." Because I know what it is. It'll go away. It'll be fine. And it took like a
Right.
year for it to go away. But yeah. So she knew from the get go, and she never encouraged or discouraged me. The only time she ever like stepped in between me and what I was doing was when I went to school. And that's just, I mean, she had to. There was no choice in that.
Right. Well, Donna has joined again. Let's see. Hopefully, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You're really clear. I got good bars, and
Okay.
I climb higher, so cross fingers. Yeah, I climb up higher.
Okay. Well, everyone, Donna is joining us live out in the woods near your home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm up in the. Yep.
We were testing things out to see if maybe she can join in certain areas, and be live actually out in the woods where I would like to be. Most, because I love the woods. I love trees. I find trees just absolutely fascinating. But there, I just find them so beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. I feel like they breathe. They're living. They're actually living. I know that, but I don't know what it is. I just have such a connection with them. But so, did you have any point in your time, Tracey, when you were young or a teenager, where it was kind of a struggle at all?
I would say when I went through what I called my testing period, when I was approximately 15, 16 years old. It's going to sound very Star Warsy, and I don't want it to sound like that, but you get tested. And I kept hearing this voice in my head. It was low and gravelly, and I knew it wasn't mine. And for 3 days and 3 nights, it kept saying, "Pray to me, pray to me, pray to me." No, I couldn't get it out of my head. I thought I was going crazy. And I thought, Mom knows a lot about all of this stuff, but I couldn't tell her because I thought this is too much for even me to handle. So I started to talk to my great grandmother, who had obviously long ago passed. And I said, I need help. I need help. You got to come and help me. Well, on the third day, and threes are very important in the world of witches and pagans. It's just like our sacred number.
Right.
On the third day, I saw her, and she said, "You're being tested, and you'll know what to do at the time when the time is right." So it was a stereotypical dark and stormy night, and this, that, and the other, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I went out in the backyard. It's pouring down rain. Thank God it was pouring down rain. Nobody heard me. This lunatic kid in the backyard screaming, "I'll never pray to you. I will only ever pray to the light. Get out of my head." And then within an instant, it was gone. And I could see all of my ancestors in front of me, from my great grandmother to all the way back to, I guess, the original. But it was just one generation after the other. It was so, I still get chills talking about it. And I've known ever since then that if I come up against something hard and dangerous, like I did at LBL, it might affect me for a little bit, but I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Evil can't hurt me. I won't let it.
So what do you do? So like because you've gone to places and you've actually been asked to investigate or walk through, or can you give me an example of a place that you've gone, and what do you do to prepare to ground yourself?
My husband says I have stock and Palo Santo wood. I love burning that all the time.
It does smell good.
Yeah. My goddess is Hecate, so I talk to her all the time.
Same.
And ask her to protect me and to walk with me and to make sure that. And I talk to my ancestors and my spirit guide. I talk to him. I've actually known him longer than I've known my goddess, which is a little strange. But let me tell you about him real quick. His name is White Feather. Okay. And when I was growing up, I always saw this older Indian gentleman in my head. and I would always say, leave me a sign that you can hear me, and everything's going to be okay. And always there would be a white feather someplace where there was no reason for a white feather to be, like inside a house, in the
Right.
middle of a garage, it just weird stuff. So I've always had him. And then he's actually introduced me to Hecate. So there we are.
Gotcha.
Oh, but
Okay.
how I prepare. I'm sorry.
Yes. The
How I
grounding.
prepare. Yeah, I do a lot of grounding. I do a lot of meditation and prayer and stuff. And I got to be honest, a lot of the houses that I've been asked to go into, they aren't, I want to be polite, they're a hot mess. They're not haunted. It's like,
Okay.
it looks like when I go into a house and it looks like a hoarder home, and they said, well, we hear scratching in the walls and we hear things moving. Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
So, they're not all like that. I've been to a couple of places where they've had low-level demons, and that's just trippy. I don't know if you've ever encountered, either one of you ladies have ever encountered one, but it can be intense. It can be real intense. Most of the time, everything's cool. I can pass whatever's there on. And then when I come back, there's a lot more praying, and I take ritual baths, and all go outside depending on the weather, and stand and with the ground. And I usually have some kind of like a copper bracelet that I'll stick into the ground and hold it so that it can help recharge me. So
Got it. Okay. That's interesting you say that. I like that idea. Wouldn't even think to do that, but that actually sounds like a really smart idea to recharge. Because I ground myself too when before I go on investigations, and like I was mentioning early before the show started, I have my thing that I do, and I sage, and I always sage I always wear protection bracelets all the time. I have something I do want to share with you a little bit later that I had seen, and little things that have happened after I've seen this vision. I'm not calling them dreams no more. My stuff that I am seeing is way too, it's very much, it's powerful that I'm seeing. So this thing I want to share with you in a little bit. I want your input. I want to see what you think. Because I kind of talked to my friend last night about it and got her input. So I'm kind of curious on what maybe you're thinking, what I was seeing it was last week, what was coming through. So anyway, but yes, I have, and I do care when I go, I usually wear jeans, and in my jeans, I will carry my crystal, and I will carry my protection stones and all that to give myself extra protection as well. But Donna, did you have any questions for Tracey at all?
Yeah, I do. Do you do the cuttings? That's what I call it. I use a bone knife. Yeah, I cut. You start at the top of your head, go down your whole body into the. I use, but for me, it has to be all natural. It can't be a metal blade. It has to be, like flint.
Well, in that case, I guess
bone.
my egg cleansing would be more in tune to what you do. I don't know if you've ever done an egg cleansing. When you roll the egg literally all over. Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
roll it as everywhere you can get to. Okay. And then when you're done, you crack it. And you're supposed to, like reading tea leaves. Now, I don't know what I look it up on the internet. Like, okay, what's got this? So what does that mean? So that's
the egg for with my dowsing, the egg is a big part of the very first thing I do when I do my dowsing. Is I've been taught is you pitch an egg over your shoulder. The egg, everything comes from the egg. The life comes from the egg. So whatever I'm looking for, that's part of mine. Is just a chicken egg.
Okay, Cyndi, I have a really, I think, stupid question for you. Did you ever consider going into the Navy or the military?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Okay,
it
because
was
there's
the
the
Navy.
gentleman standing over there, older gentleman, says he passed in '09, and he was in the Navy for your grandfather.
Yep.
You're on the right course.
Yes.
You weren't supposed to. So
No. I
and
didn't join. I was very close to joining. Yes.
he also says that you had something done with your mouth at some point, and he said, "Tell her she was always more beautiful than Angelina Jolie, and she never looked like a chipmunk." Does that make sense?
Yes. I had braces because my teeth were
Oh,
very jacked up. I had some
okay,
jacked up teeth. I had too
okay.
many teeth for my small little mouth. I don't have a big mouth. And I had braces. And I know who you're talking to. It's my grandpa Sap. It's my
Okay,
dad's father. I was very, very close to him. He was in the
okay.
Navy. He retired from the Navy. And he did pass away, unfortunately, from cancer. But he was always so good to my brother and I. And it's funny that you bring him up because he's never been brought up before. So it's interesting that you're picking him up because I
Well,
wonder, because I always think about him and, I've talked about him and stuff. So
I don't know if this will make sense, but he's holding a little baby girl, and he said she was only 13 days.
that I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
That, actually,
Lucy? Okay.
wait, what?
I'm sorry.
Lucy
She's a
is,
beautiful little thing.
she's my cousin. She passed away when she was a twin. And it's my cousin Carrie's baby, Lucy and Liam. Liam made it, but Lucy did not. She couldn't make it. So he must be with Lucy then.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to make you cry.
No, it's okay. It's just it's a good cry knowing that Lucy is with my grandfather.
She's very loved.
Oh, I bet.
Very loved.
It makes me feel good knowing that Lucy is okay. And with my grandfather, that even makes things even better because he was very good to us kids. He always was so active with us, and so I know he is taking good care of her. Oh my God. I was wondering if you were going to do something like this to me.
Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
I know.
I don't think it happened when I was talking with you last time, Donna.
No.
I think we were just jibber jabbing away, but every now and then, like it'll just. And people ask me, "Well, how do you do it?" I don't know. They show up with a message, and I tell the message, and if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, okay, all right. So
well, and when I was on your show, Tracy, we were just chit-chatting it up.
Yeah.
But yes, you're spot on. You are spot on.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. That makes me feel good. Thank you.
Good.
Those were happy tears. They're not, I mean, it makes me sad because I do miss my grandpa very much. He, like I said, he was always so good to us kids. He actually made my brother and I wood stilts, and he taught us how to walk on the stilts.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was always out in the garage, and he would always, have us help him. Like if I wanted to, I'm like, Grandpa, what are you doing? He goes, I'm working on the car. I'm like, can I help? And he's like, yep, grab that cloth, come on over here. And I would help him work on the car and everything. But he was very, very active and very kind man, very loving, very caring. Like he was just always there. Is a very good man, but he worked his butt off in the Navy. He retired from the Navy.
I'm sure.
He was actually part of the, he was on the ship for when they came down from the moon, the pod that came crashing into the ocean.
Yeah.
Part of that rescue part. So he was part of that.
Okay.
Whew.
Well, don't feel bad about getting upset. Have you talked to Glenn Jackson before? He has Sports Cat podcast. He said, I would love to come back on, but please don't make me cry again. Like, I don't mean to. It's there.
No,
I've learned over the years, unless I blurt it out, then it's going to sound like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, she. So,
yeah, anyway. No, my grandpa's a good guy. And so I'm glad to hear that Lucy is with my grandfather because he is a caretaker. You know, he was always making sure we're okay. So that's good. It makes me feel good. But yes, Lucy was my cousin Carrie's baby. She gave birth to twins. I was there when all that was happening. I was there for her when it would all
6:01 at night.
It was, yes, it was in the evening. Yeah. Okay. When it happened, she was at home.
I just saw the numbers. So
Liam made it. He still struggles being because what happened is because when you have twins, sometimes the other twin takes too much. And she was very tiny, just so tiny. And part of her organs were not fully developed. So she did only live for a short amount of time.
Okay. Well, she's good.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Everything's good. So.
That's good. Oh,
anywho.
Happy tears, though. Happy tears.
Okay.
Donna, did you have any other questions right now for Tracey?
Yeah, I want to pan around and let you see the woods here because I get a lot of orbs and different things where I'm standing in this area. And hopefully I won't lose signal. And see if you can see anything or, see anything interesting. So I'm going to move you around.
It's a beautiful area.
It's very beautiful.
I have a woodpecker up here pecking at me. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but he's right in behind me. And I'm standing on top, so there's the valleys down there. I'm afraid to go too far. I'm afraid I'll lose signal.
Okay. No, it looked very peaceful and serene.
Yeah, I get orbs. I don't get anything back from them or anything. But,
I didn't. I mean, I'm looking at it through like a filter and a filter and a filter, But from what I saw there, I think there's like something that watches over everything there. I'm not sure if it's like an elemental or if it's a critter or what, but it's a good thing. And that's the only thing that came to my mind, that it protects the area.
Yeah, this is my watcher's area. So where I'm standing at, I'm going to put up a little cabin right here where I'm standing. Okay. My son's off to the side here, clearing right now, actually.
I'm
getting ready to make a little cabin here.
Very cool. That's awesome. I know I can't wait to get out to Ohio and see you and see Rick and Mandy and go to your guys' favorite locations.
Oh yeah, we scoped out some new ones. I did yesterday. There's some I found the Irishman's grave. There's a tale of the Irishman, and it's like really an ancient old grave, early 1800s. And I actually found it yesterday. I'm gonna go back and clean it up and re-maintain it. The person that was doing it passed away, so I think I'll take over his duties for him and redo it. Oh my gosh, here comes a big I got two big ravens flying at me now.
There you go.
Oh, I love ravens.
There comes a third one. There he is.
I would have one.
3. Gotta have 3.
There went the third one. Absolutely.
Wow. That's so cool. So, Tracey, you wrote this book.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I got my background on, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's Witchcraft by Blood and Tradition, a beginner's guide. And I reached out to you to ask you, if you wouldn't mind reading a passage from your book. And I chose page 49. It's a chronicle of witchcraft through the ages. And I found it interesting because those who are maybe want to start but are afraid to start, or ones that have been in it for a while. Even for me, I felt like this would be a good book. Some of the stuff that you do mention, or even though I have the knowledge of it, it's still good to refresh the memory and everything. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind reading the Chronicle of Witchcraft through the ages, and hopefully this will bring a better light for people to understand and not to be so, closed-minded or hateful on us, I guess you can say.
Yeah. Okay. Chronicle of Witchcraft Through the Ages. While modern-day witches can be found in most countries, the misconception that they were inherently evil has steadily declined over the years. The history of witchcraft spans thousands of years and can be traced back as far as the Bible and Hebrew scriptures. In the first book of Samuel, King Saul consulted a witch known as the Witch of Endor in his desperate attempt to summon the prophet Samuel for guidance before an impending battle. Witchcraft has also left its mark on the arts. It inspired one of the earliest ballets, La Sylphide. I probably said that wrong, but I'm going to go with it. From the 1800s, centered on a wicked enchantress named Madge, who created chaos and fear through her curses. Long before this, in ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome, witchcraft was not feared. It was just a part of the spiritual and religious practices of the time. The widespread hysteria surrounding witchcraft didn't really truly begin until the rise of Christianity, which left little room for older belief systems. Adding to this tension was the fact that many practitioners were women, and the new religion hierarchy offered no tolerance for women in positions of spiritual authority. Women were seen as a threat and were therefore labeled as dangerous and evil. By the 16th and 17th century, especially in Europe, thousands of women and men, and even times animals, became targets of growing religious hysteria. Fear made it easy for neighbors and family members to betray one another or to settle grudges and disputes. Practitioners were forced underground to avoid torture and almost certain death. Eventually, the only way to find a witch was to know someone who knew someone. The terror spread rapidly, fueled by superstition, religious intolerance, and the social and political upheaval of the era. In the present day, we owe much to our sister witches who pushed through the generations of bigotry and misunderstanding. Today, the world has nearly flipped, and being a witch is often seen as intriguing, even fashionable. Yet with the sweet always comes the sour. There will always be those who take the craft too far, twisting its true meaning into something self-serving and harmful. These individuals betray the rest of us by seeking shortcuts rather than doing the hard inner work. I believe this often stems from low self-esteem, fear, and loneliness. Our mistakes and heartaches are what shape us into who we are meant to become. Though I have endured painful experiences in my own life, I would not change a single one because they have forged my strength. Today, witchcraft is practiced openly. We draw from ancient traditions, folklore, mythology, and intuition as we carve out our own unique paths.
I love that. So good. And it's true.
Yep.
Very true. And then you have, and besides that, you have that little bit of the background and everything. So hopefully that people that read it don't, but you have, what I thought was cool too, is like you have the clairvoyancies. You got all the clairs, listed in here. And this was, oh gosh, was it I'm trying to think of 2024, I think, or early 2025. I have a friend, Deborah, and I was trying to understand why I really started to see things a lot more and why I was smelling and I don't know. And so she kind of helped me with understanding things a little bit more and everything. And, there's, I know I'm going to jack up some of these names. So there's clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairagency.
Yeah.
Thank you. I always
just run it all together. It's fine. We know what you mean.
But there's all these different ones, and everything. And I do recommend anyone who's interested, seriously, get Tracey Jones' book and take a look and read through this, because she offers a summary of the clairs so you can have a better understanding. And then obviously, if you want to have more of an understanding, maybe find a mentor or someone that can help guide you in that way. I do have a sister. Her name is Stacy. She is with Early on Wednesday. We started a coven, and she's my mentor. We do rituals together. We do spells together, and she just kind of guides me in the right direction. Not that I'm saying it would go in the wrong direction by any means, but it's just to have that mentor, because she comes.
Well, it's like you don't just jump in a car and start driving.
No.
You have to have a teacher to show you what to do and what not to do, and help you out. It's the same thing. It's like, it drives me crazy when people say, I bought a Ouija board and played with it myself last night at midnight, and it was a full moon. No. There's a lot of this stuff that y'all don't understand, that you need to speak to an elder who is, whether it's like somebody like me, or if, somebody who's got more of an Indian background, like Donna, or Miss Giggles over here, we've been there, done that. So when you're just starting out, you don't know anything, and that's fine. That's why I always say on my show, if you have a question and you're not sure about the answer, you don't feel like looking it up, be perfectly honest, but you also don't want to discuss it with your coworkers or your family, because, oh my God, what are you into? Send me the question at paranormalwhitewitch@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer it. Now, I also say, there's not a question I haven't heard, but don't take it as a challenge, because I can just see one person coming up with something a little,
But also too, I also liked how you have in here what you need to know before you beginning your journey. That is very important, because the thing of it is, when you start doing and creating your own spells, it's also your intent. And
absolutely.
You definitely, and you're manifesting your intent, but if you intend to bring harm, I don't agree with that. It's not a good thing. That's going more on the darker side. And I'm more of a healer, a spiritual, I want to support people. I want to bring them protection, and stuff. And I feel that grounding, I loved grounding myself. I don't know about you, but it's just so invigorating. I feel just like it's just a cleanse, and I just close my eyes and I visualize my protection circles that I put around myself, feeling the ground with your bare feet. I like it to do it with my bare feet. But it feels just not just invigorating, but for me, I'm going to speak for myself. It's empowering. And I don't mean in an evil way. I just mean, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about when I'm doing it.
Well, I mean, think about little kids. They usually run around barefoot, and they're always happy. Oh, they don't have bills to pay and complicated relationships and all that nonsense. But take your shoes off. You can't be on asphalt. You can't be on concrete. You can't be on anything but like grass, natural occurring sand. Like, so you can't go to a playground and put your foot on the sand and have that natural.
I can't imagine the playgrounds.
Oh, yeah, but I can just see somebody. Well, I went to the playground and I put my feet in it and nothing happened. Well, I guess so. Because it's not nature. That's not nature. That's man-made. So.
Yeah.
But you have some, I love how you offer people who, for beginners, the different meanings of candle colors. And because, again, your color is the intent that you want to have. in your spell, or and even including stones and crystals that get used as well. And there's other ways too. There's your scrying ways of communicating, including just connecting. I do have a scrying mirror. I haven't been able to use it yet. I haven't found, I was planning to use it last night on the investigation, but things kind of went, it almost felt like, Tracey, I wasn't supposed to investigate. And I'm going to explain now why. Okay. So as I mentioned backstage earlier in the last week, and again, I don't call them dreams anymore. I refuse to call my stuff what I'm seeing dreams. So what's weird is, all I know is I was walking through a hotel room. I don't know why a hotel room. I don't know the location. I just saw the hotel door. I was with Marcus, my fiance. I walked in and I felt something wasn't right. I looked over at the bathroom door. There is melting wax going down the door. Some of it was hardened. There is a pentagram. There is rune witch sigils carved into the wax. I opened the door. I see candles. There's a bathtub. And there is a lady with long, well, it was like right here, gray hair. One eye was blue, but slightly blinding, like she was blinded.
Yeah.
Like the other eye was green. And she was laying in the bathtub, arms up on the side, knees up, and she's doing a ritual. She's doing something, okay? And it was a negative thing that I was feeling. I started feeling panicky. I jumped in that bathtub. I grabbed her by her neck and I said, "You will not attack me. You will not get," I was fighting her big time. Then all of a sudden, I don't know why, but she turned into a freaking baby. And I let go and I woke up just upset and very, very frantic. Like my heart was just pounding and I'm like trying to catch my breath. And I'm like, what in the fuck was that supposed to mean?
How long ago was this happened?
Earlier this week. I want to say it was Wednesday.
You're being tested. I think you're being tested.
Well, I fought it. I fought it.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pissed.
I'm going to tell you, the reason she went from a crone to a baby is because babies are innocent. What's a baby going to do to you?
Yeah. And they use that against you.
A lot of these places, we go ghost hunting, they see kids. They're not kids. Most of the time, they're not kids. There are child spirits.
Yep.
There's plenty of them. But what a more, soon as she choked her, she turned into the baby. Yeah. She was just trying to present herself in a different path.
I let go immediately. I have kids. I have grandchildren. I would never choke a baby.
Oh,
so I let go.
And that's why she turned into
it. I think she did that because she knew, and because I had a hold of her neck so hard, and I told her, "You are not going to hurt me. You are not going to attack me." And I was choking her. I could feel it. It was crazy.
Donna's oh my godding about something. What do you oh my godding?
I want to here, put it behind me so they can see what you just found. I want to show you what my son just found. Can you see this? That is a massive. That is no, it's a shed. That is a deer antler shed. Probably what? How many? 14 points, something like that.
Oh my!
I don't even see how huge it is. He just found that. He's here working around me. And he just literally, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my God.
That's right. She said, oh my God.
I'm freaking out. I'm just totally freaking out here. Like, oh my God. That is.
It's huge.
I don't know.
It's beautiful.
It's massive, massive. I've never seen. It's like.
That's incredible.
It is with well, like with the buck when my dad passed away. Of course, it's the stag that came to get him.
Right.
So oh my God, I'm telling you, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God.
You need to measure
Thank
it
you.
to see how
Oh,
big and long it is.
literally, I'm guessing it's almost as tall. If it's standing up, and I'm 5'3", it's almost as tall as I am, and it's huge.
Wow.
I literally like if I like this big around. I can't I can't put my fingers around it like a baseball bat.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
it is massive. I mean, I have never. There's nothing here like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the area where I find the strange stuff at, like the hair and he just found this. He just
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna calm down now. Thank you.
Okay.
We're all
Cyndi,
here to
before I
support you.
forget,
This
I
is
wanted to say, I think the reason you're starting to have these kind of dreams and stuff is because you are opening up. So they want to see which way can I take her. So you got to follow your gut. If it
Okay.
doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you're in your dream to a degree, you can handle, you can control what's going on in your dream. That takes a lot of practice, but you're doing, I think, I do think you're getting tested, and more power to you. As long as you know and you keep yourself steady, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, because like I said, I've been expressing to you and talking to you that, I've been working on my abilities and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I don't know why. I don't understand. Everybody works differently, but I see a heck of a lot more. I'll be standing and it's daytime, it's nighttime, but
Mm-hmm.
when I close my eyes, I have a tendency to see a lot more.
Okay.
I'll see faces, I'll see figures, I'll see the activity, actual movement and activity of something going on.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
he just found the other one.
Oh wow.
Don't ask me. Hold him up. Can you hold him up? This is my son.
Oh, that was just one?
No, there's two.
There's two horns.
Oh my God.
So do they look like they've been ripped off or shedded?
They're cut. No, they're
Let's setting them out there.
They're I don't know. I don't know where they came from or how they got here, but I don't care. I'm gonna say thank you, Creator, for giving them to me. But I'm kind of speechless. And I mean, it was
maybe it's a gift from your dad.
It could be.
That's what I thought. Honestly, it was the first thing that popped in my head. But oh my gosh, because I haven't been up in. We just came up here to work to set up stuff to start putting a cabin up. I haven't been up here for not in this spot right here for a while. Probably 3 years or so.
Okay.
But
very cool.
I don't know. That's I'm
they
surprised.
got you all bewildered.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you. I'm planning on spending the night up here, so I'm just wondering what else I'm going to get.
It's can I just tell you what I'm feeling? I feel it is a sign from your father, and I feel that he's letting you know that you are safe and he is watching over you while you're there working and putting that cabin up. He's just letting you know that he's there. If that's what that's what I'm getting, and especially with you saying too that, when you see a buck, that represents your father, because my aunt who lost her husband, my uncle, he passed away. He committed suicide, and so he whenever she sees a robin, it's him. So and everybody, and I'm a true believer in that, big believer in that. So.
With me, when my dad passed away, of course, we were at the hospital, and it's a country hospital, and course, I took care of Dad. I was the only one with him when he passed.
Right.
And I looked out the window. They were working on him. And I looked out the window. There's a pond by the hospital. This massive buck came out of the tree line, and it came to the pond at this huge racks like this. And he put his head down, and he looked straight up to the window towards me, and he shook his head like, "No, leave me alone. I'm let me go." And
Wow.
that was so he came to collect him. So that's what that's my belief, and I'm just.
That's sweet.
It's
just
definitely
kind
a
of
sign. It's a
I,
sign.
I wouldn't have found them if I had not walked up higher to get the signal to do this with you guys. I would have never found them. Like,
It's a
'cause
sign.
I haven't been. I just I
Your
was
dad
working in a
put you
different.
exactly where he needed you to be.
Absolutely. Now my nose is going to run.
I know mine did too, and Tracey made me.
Yeah.
too.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I am just. Oh my gosh.
That was cool.
I'm speechless. But what I was going to say about the child, I've had that happen to me before. It's like they know that you won't want to hurt a child, so it's not
Exactly.
that it's a child. They change. I had that happen at another site, and I was following, and I'm thinking it's a child, and as I get there, it goes down into a hole, like it's going down in the ground. I hear sirens. Anyway, it wasn't a child at all. It was not a child, but they use things to trick you.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I can't
we
put my
know you
thoughts
would never
together.
hurt a child, Cindy,
Oh,
for
no.
heaven's sake.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it knows that too. They also know your weakness. What can I do that's going to strike at the heart?
Yeah. So after that had happened, or when I saw that, my protection bracelets that I had had one broke the night before on Friday, and my other one broke yesterday right before I was getting ready to paranormal investigate.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you're trying to take my protection away from me.
I don't take it like that.
No,
I take it as when
that
stuff
it did
this
what
is
it
just
needed
my
to do.
point of view, that
Okay.
it did what it needed to do, and you can move on to the next level.
Okay.
That's just me. Now, I
No,
mean, 10 people will have 10 different interpretations, but that's how I look at it.
Mhm.
Well, it was interesting because I did find my other protection bracelets and everything. So I saged them and cleansed them and everything. And I put those on. And again, anytime I go on a paranormal investigation, I carry my stones and my crystals and everything in my pockets. I carry that extra and everything for me. But it was just interesting because, like I said, that Devil's Gate, that one, I didn't want to get out, Tracey. I didn't want to get out of the truck, but I told myself I needed to and everything. Okay. And then I told you about what I had seen and everything. And I didn't know anything about the history of the Devil's Gate area. I didn't even know it was what it was. I didn't, like I said, I don't want to know anything at all. I just want to show up and see if because I'm starting to now pick up things before I get to locations.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean,
are you keeping a journal?
No, and I know I need to. I know I need to. I actually found one of my little notebooks. It's pretty big size, so I'm going to start utilizing that because I feel I really should start, writing this stuff down and keeping a journal, especially when I'm seeing things and when I'm.
I would put the date next to it too. Not that somebody can't say, "Oh, she wrote it later," and then put the date on it, but you've got a reference, a frame of mind,
right,
to go back and say. But
I was just curious on your opinion on what was that meaning of what I was seeing.
No, I take that as not a bad meaning, just that it's like my husband's hematite ring. When it's done, it cracks. I can't tell you how many he's cracked. We go get another one, and then we go get another one. So it's just that's what it means to me. Somebody else might have a different opinion. But
Well,
I just see it
I
as
know
never enough.
that's what I normally think is that when it's done and when it breaks, it's done its job. Now it's time to move on to either something different or something the same. Just getting something new. But because of certain things, like I kept telling Marcus too, I felt like I was excited to go on the investigations, but I felt like I was not supposed to go for some reason. But I went anyway. So I don't know if it was just testing. I was, and like you said, being tested.
It could be too. Whatever is there knew that you were coming and know that you're open, and they didn't want you to. There's a place here in Laurel, Maryland called Laurel's House of Horrors.
Okay.
And I won't go into a haunted attraction when it's active. Not that anybody there would hurt anybody, but people snap. I'll deal with a ghost and a demon and a this and a that all day long. So I've gone through a couple of times in through there, and the Mandy who runs the place said every time you come down for 2 to 3 days afterwards, they're nowhere around. And when I'm going down, they get real active. So
Really?
how this all works, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's way above my pay grade, but yeah, I have a feeling that's what they were doing. You're becoming more open, and you're more of a threat to them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate your input and your opinion on that, because it was something that I definitely wanted to, even if you weren't on the show, I was still going to be reaching out to you about that to see what you thought, because I do like to reach out to you for some guidance and stuff as well. So Tracey, what do you've got planned for your show? Are you planning? I know you mentioned before that you don't want to write another book, but I mean,
it was labor of love. It was more labor than love.
You've got some talent. This is some good stuff in here for people.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I appreciate. I mean, you never say never, but it was a bucket list thing for me. I've always wanted to do it, and it, as silly as it sounds, I never knew what to talk about. I always wanted, should I do this? Should I do that? And it's been going around in my brain for about 20 years, and then everything fell into place. Yeah. So whether I do another one or not at any time soon, no. Down the road.
How long did it take you to do this?
That book took a year and a half to close to 2 years.
Okay.
I started out handwriting everything.
Okay.
And then I transferred it into my laptop, and then came the revisions. And I remember at the very end, I had like 115 revisions, different parts. Because this didn't feel quite right, so I had to redo it. And then, let me go fix this. This could be better. And finally, I was like, I'm done. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And so far, I've gotten really good feedback from it. So
I highly recommend it. I really do. I think a lot of people can benefit from this. I've read other books too, for beginners, and I just didn't have a connection, and that's a thing too. For those who are, there's, people that are going to watch this later, you do what feels right. Do what you are being attracted to. Just like you mentioned, the abilities of the clairs. There's an item, and if you see an item, and if you feel like it's pulling you, there's a reason why it's pulling you. Just perfect example, Isabella. When Michael Webb showed her, I was like, oh my God, I love her. I love her. I would but I didn't want to say, oh, can I have her? I didn't want to be like that. But in my head, I was like, oh my God, I would love to have her. And then finally him and I chatted, and I was like, I would love nothing more than to be able to have her. There's such a special, she went with us last night, actually. And I felt safe. I felt that her, and I got her a little bullet light. So it lights up when she wants to, be active and everything. So, and she, after the Cobb estate, her light, I tried so hard to turn it off. No.
Okay.
I was like, okay, she is just bing.
Okay.
So
I'm not about dolls. far
I
as
know.
no, but hey, that works for you. I'm
did.
happy for you, and apparently that's your gig,
Yes.
and that's what I try to get across in the book. It's like there's no one set of rules. Like you must have your altar set up like this or it won't work.
Yeah.
You must do this and you must do that. Yeah, there are guidelines, and the only set rule that I give people is do what you will, harm you none.
Yeah.
After that, just be you. If it feels right, then it is right.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. I finally found the box because I'm still not unpacked all the way. I finally found my box of all my stuff for my now I'm having a brain fart. For my ritual area, my altar. That's the word I was thinking of. And I'm like, oh, my cauldron. Like, I was so happy I found the box. I'm like, yes, my stuff. And I'm like, I got to get it all set up now. So now now that I have the box, I'm like, okay, after the show, I'm going to set it all up because I like it next to me in my office because that's where it's safe on the table where I'm going to put it at, and it's away from everyone else and stuff. And that's just how I like it. So, and everybody can set up their own, table, their own way, their altar table.
And it doesn't have to be, with the latest and the greatest of this, that, and the other. You don't have to. That's another thing I try to get across is you don't have to go out to a metaphysical store or Amazon or whatever and buy the $400 this and the $200. Look around your house first. You got more than you have any idea, especially when it comes to like, cinnamons and sage and stuff like that. You've already got all that. And most people have candles in their house, and really any candle can represent anything. If you can't afford to get a lot of them, get a black one. It's all encompassing, or get a white one. It depends on you. But just like I've said before in this show, do what feels right. If it looks pretty to you, that's all that matters. You like dolls. I'm happy for you.
I just got over my fear. I don't know what it is about Isabel. She's just, and the thing of it is, I feel she's a child. That's what I'm getting. That's what I feel. And I feel that she's a sweet girl, but she can be a little mischievous.
As children are. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. But I feel very happy when I'm holding her. I know she's, fragile because she is porcelain in certain parts. But other than that, I feel very, very happy when I'm holding her. Like she sat on my lap in the truck on the way there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Hey, that's your thing. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it was funny too. I was telling Marcus, I was like, I need to get her like a little backpack or like a little thing to put her in and carry her. And he says, yeah, we got to get like miniaturized paranormal equipment for her.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, I bet you can find it too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to find some.
Yeah, like the Ghostbusters figurines, little power
gosh,
pack.
yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh.
all right, Tracey. Well, as you know, everyone, Tracey does have her show. So please go subscribe, go check her out, watch her shows. It's absolutely a good show. She's got amazing people on. So, Tracey, do you have any plans for your show? I mean, do you have any new ideas, or are you just kind of going with things? Because, as creators, we're always thinking,
Yeah. Right now, I'm just going with the flow. I like doing it once a week. It's enough, but it like when I was doing it twice a week, it was almost too much.
Yeah.
And the place where you and I were before wanted me to do it every night, and I was like, I do my own bookings, I do my own this, I do my own that. I can't. No, I'm not a spring chicken no more. Once a week is fabulous for me.
Yeah,
I can do my thing. I can talk to, and I consider everybody that comes on a friend. I can talk to my friends. I can hopefully help somebody at least feel like not like a weirdo, because we've all been there. And I mean, like next week, I have a gentleman named Stephen Griffiths on, and he's from the UK. He's awesome.
Really?
He is fabulous. And I could just
Awesome.
sit and listen to his accent all day long.
I know,
And
right? I love the British
remember-
accent.
Do you remember the show Most Haunted?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember Derek?
I'm
It was
trying
the
to
original
remember.
psychic. Well,
I would have to look
he is,
back.
yeah, he was a hoot. He has since passed away, but he's real good friends with the wife. You know,
Okay.
and I'm still trying to, get Mrs. Zakora on the show because I would love to pick
Yeah.
her brain. But yeah, go look at some of the earlier ones, like the first 5 seasons, I
5
think.
seasons.
He was
Yep.
he was a scream. I
Was
loved
he?
him. He like made the show. He didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just him or his aura or what, but it's like I've seen it after he left, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't the same. So,
Yeah.
but that's me.
So if anybody wants to find you, what are your handles?
You can find me on Facebook under Tracey Lynn. You notice that Tracey is CEY. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you. You can send me an email or Gmail at paranormalwhitewitch@gmail.com. I am on TikTok. I can't remember what the heck the bloody thing's called. I'm not real high techie. I can't give you a list of. I have an Instagram account. I couldn't tell you what its name is. I don't know. All I know is on the Instagram, I'm wearing my gypsy outfit with this red curly
you
wig
are.
and a bandana.
I love that picture of you. It's so cute.
That's my Renaissance Fair costume.
Is it?
So
I
if you
love
come
it.
across that's me. But I'm more than happy to help and talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere.
And you're also guests on a lot of shows too.
Yeah, I have another one to do
you.
tonight. Mr. Sean Ellis. I'm going to be doing his show in about a little over an hour, I think it is. He has Eternal X Wolf Pack Paranormal. Can
Wow,
never
that's a
say.
mouthful.
It's
Don't say that
a mouthful,
5
Sean.
times.
It's a lot, and I always screw it up. So it'll be on Sean Ellis's show a little bit.
That's cool. All right. Well, I'm sure you'll have a blast. It's been a blast having you on. I always enjoy speaking with you and stuff and getting your knowledge.
You as well.
You sharing your knowledge and everything. And so, but thank you so much for coming on. Donna, how can people find you? What's your handles?
Well, you can find me with you, with Cyndi Sapp, and then on Saturday night with Monsters Unleashed, and then Facebook. You did my YouTube for the Watchers Maidens.
Yep.
So I'm around here, there, and yonder.
And then if anyone's interested in coming on to Coven of Curiosities, you can email me at covenofcuriositypod@gmail.com. I am a very busy woman. Not only am I on my own show, but I'm also on Monsters Unleashed. I also have a show with my friend Joy, the Haunted and Hunted Case Files, which we talk about true crime. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, we will be talking about the Back Bay experience. We went to a place called Back Bay and did a paranormal investigation. And I actually was picking up things. And I, as I mentioned, I close my eyes when I see things. And she was so shocked on what I picked up because it actually matched the story.
Isn't that a wonderful feel? Oh, here's a cat.
No,
Part of my herd. I'm in my bedroom, and I like getting in the window. So, okay.
So we'll be talking about that. So I'm excited to talk about that because it was my first time really tuning in, and I was really shocked that what I was picking up and seeing what actually happened there. So, and it freaked her out. She's like, "Oh my God!" But so, and then I'm on with good old Robert Effler from NCI. I'm on Haunted or Grandpa's Old Haunt Tales.
It is an adorable show. Absolutely,
I love
it.
I love it.
It is
I love
so
the old
much
stories.
fun. When he asked me to be a part of it, I was like, heck yes, brother. Heck yeah. Like, of course, so we have a blast because, we chat before the show starts, but,
Sure.
Grandpa's got a big old book. I'm telling you what. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Robert picks the stories that we're going to read. So, but yeah, we've got a lot of stories that Grandpa wrote. So
awesome.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you missed last week, but the last week stories that we had, they scared the crap out of me. They really did. Because I'm like, oh my gosh. Like some of them gave me goosebumps. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Grandpa's a good story writer.
Yeah.
And he had his own experiences too. So make sure you go check out Grandpa's Little Haint Tales. You can find that on the NCI, North Carolina Investigates YouTube channel. But thank you everyone for tuning in. And thank you again, Tracey, so much for coming on. I do appreciate you very much. And,
anytime.
Absolutely. I'll have you on as a guest co-host too, if you'd like to come on and be a guest co-host and everything. Because I love having you on. All right, Donna, you guys, everybody have a great evening, a great weekend, or a rest of the weekend, and have a fabulous week. And I wish you all the best. Have a good one.
You too. It's so nice seeing you, Tracey. I thoroughly enjoyed everything.
Too, honey.
Thank you so much.
You too, honey.
We'll talk later. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.